go. We're live. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? If you, are subscribed, you should be to my other channel, King David the Chosen. You should go ahead and watch that video that just dropped. That live stream was dope. Definitely a motivational video for all of my spiritually tapped in folks. Spider webs, man. Ugh. For all my spiritually tapped in folks, male and female. Also cooked up a couple of trolls to show you content creators what to do whenever you're having someone that obviously is traumatized try to project that crap onto you. Now, I want to talk about this really quickly. I'm kind of behind. I got to get to my TikTok and work out and also drop a couple of videos. But this was weighing heavy on my heart, and I felt like I needed to talk about it. Maybe a couple of you gentlemen out there can relate. I'm seeing a concerted effort amongst the aggressive group. Now, the passive aggressives are mostly Becky's, and Betty's. But the aggressive group is definitely Keisha's. And I'm noticing the aggressive group, that's what I got to call them because I don't get flagged. Or, we can go with B-dubs. Yeah. The B-dubs are out here gaslighting single fathers, and it needs to stop. I was going to make a reaction video collecting the videos I've seen so far, but I need the information we put out, and I'm sure, and I know a lot of content creators watch my channel, so you guys will jump on it and start spreading the waves of the internet with plenty of information exposing these B-dubs, these aggressive women, for trying to put a bad image on black single fathers. Now listen, we all know, according to the stats, single father households, can't get that right for some reason. Single father households are just doing just as well as two parent households. So all this gaslighting out here is ridiculous. So what they're doing is, and see, here's something else. A lot of men are not going on panels anymore because they see it's full of crap, and they bring these most aggressive, wide back, thick necked, single mother, super masculine, aggressive women on there. And these women do what they watch podcasters like me. And I want you guys to frame this properly so you don't get so upset. These women are so lonely. They're watching podcasters like me and gentlemen like you, and also women that are representing, the proper way. And they're getting upset, and they're trying to find ways to poke holes in what we say and gaslight us like they always like to do. So no guy is really going on these panels anymore and dealing with them. No guys are going to any of these single events or bars or clubs. So with the new addition with the 20v1, the dating show stuff, with this dating show thing, it has allowed B-dubs, aggressive women, to be able to shame and humiliate black men once again. And whenever they watch our podcast and we're putting out good information and positive information about black men, the first thing they do is start trying to poke holes in it. So this new agenda that I'm seeing is black women, in a concerted effort to make single fathers, more specifically because most of these shows, they're looking for black men to date, single fathers that are black men with primary custody or, full custody, and try to make it seem like, oh, I can't date a single father. Now, most of these women will be single mothers, but even if they're not single mothers, they know that the stats are saying that a single father, a black man raising his children by himself, is just as good as a two-parent household. And the stat on black women is not the same. They know this. So they think that everything is a jab towards them. So what they're doing, they know that we're looking really good, even single fathers. So there's this effort. Now I've seen guys doing it before, but I know how guys are, especially if they're losers. They'll start talking about their height and that's all that matters, or they'll start talking about I don't have no kids. Like that's all that matters. You're still a goofy cornball. You're not getting any women. You know what I'm saying? There we go. But like I'm seeing women doing it where they're going on these 20v1s, they're going on these panels and they're saying, oh, I can't date a single father. And they're trying to articulate it. It doesn't make sense when they say it. It sounds stupid. They'll be like, well, the baby mom, because more than likely 9 times out of 10 will be in the life. Who told you that? Based off your horrible situations with the horrible pookies that she's with, but that's not the stat. The overall stat, if a black man has custody of his kids, he's doing doggone well raising those kids. So, we have women out here with this effort. They keep saying, oh, I wouldn't date a single father. Well, if you're not going to date a single father, then why are you? Listen, my whole deal about it is this. If it wasn't an agenda, how come they let these women say that they don't want to date a single father and then go into detail as to why? Who cares? It's her preference. Who cares? No one needs to know. But see, when you allow them the ability to go into their details as to why they don't want you, you're allowing them to vent. And that's all they want to do. They want to get online and run their mouth and have some kind of negative stuff going against the popular opinion of single fathers and single black men. So they got to come out here. They got to get that information out some kind of way. And if you don't know, these dating shows are just different kind of humiliation rituals and different ways to emasculate men. Because you see, when a man speaks to them as disrespectful as they speak to him, you see what happens. They try to castrate him publicly. You know what I'm saying? Online. So, they're allowed to talk any kind of way. And it's like, how in America they love to drop a different Roots movie, a different slave movie every couple years? Well, that's psychological. Like that's to make sure your mind is reminded and these images are put, this fake history is put in your mind. Right? So you go along with this fake history and it's in your subconscious and you project it outwardly, right? That's why they keep dropping these slaves. Nobody asking, ain't no one requesting Hollywood. Hey, we need a new slave movie. It's been a couple years. Y'all going, we need to watch another one of this fake history that you got going. No. So women, they're trying to do the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to remind you, what do you think you're doing? Having self-respect, speaking back to the people that speak to you disrespectfully and mirroring their energy. No, you're supposed to be stoic. Let me tell you something. For all the dudes and the females out there talking about, males and females talking about stoic is a man taking, that is not stoic. No, that's some pseudo, modern woman, black family idea of stoicism. If a stoic would sit there and take a bunch of junk from people, then how come we have all these stoic quotes with them obviously putting people of their time in their place with all these great, quotes of their ideology, their I can't think of the word right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Hey, what's going on, Reggie? What's going on? I gotta put some things to bed. So in the black community, especially when y'all think stoic is, no, that's not the definition of stoicism. It's not stoic to sit there and let a woman verbally assault you and you just be like, yeah, yeah. No. It's not being a man and it's not stoic. A stoic dude let her babble whatever she got to babble and in a couple of words shut her down and walk off. We're not going to sit here and conflate being a loser, being a self-identified single mother like you were raised, you know what I'm saying, to just take stuff from women and find a clever way to disguise it, using words. That's not stoic at all. We need to stop doing that, and that's just more, what are we looking for here? Manipulation, right? When a woman is like telling you, man, why ain't y'all stoic anymore? Why ain't you a lady anymore? What are you going to tell me what stoicism is? Shut your goofy ass up. Don't get me started up in here, y'all. Don't get me started. When I hear women, it just triggers me in a way. It's like, who was this? This female is barely a woman. How is she going to tell me how to be a man and what I'm? And they do this on these podcasts, and that's the reason why I don't watch them anymore, because they let these women get on there and they don't shut them down. And these women that have no man, multiple kids, look raggedy, funky, or up there talking overweight, wide back, thick necks. You know what I'm saying? Sausage fingers, and they're talking all this babble about how men aren't men anymore and they're sassy and why aren't they stoic? Why are you giving them a platform to put their goofy counter argument ideology? Because that's all that it is. They watch us and then they just get mad and they try to form these. I can see right through it, man. I can see right through it. That's why I don't entertain it. That's why I detox. You see, you guys, I took a few days. I can't watch too much content of these women. For one, they're not even serious. Most of them are making skits. They're doing it to go viral. You know what a woman loves more than pissing off a black man is making money off his black ass. You know, pissing you off. So, you know, they're doing it to piss. So they study guys like us, put on their makeup because you know it's fake because they got makeup on and their hair done, their eyebrows done. That's not a woman in an emotional moment. She look a mess. They get all dolled up, watch this kind of content just so they can gaslight us and whatever new talking points we put out, sit here and put out counter arguments like we're not noticing. Like, you guys just started talking about this. And you like right now, single dads are getting a lot of good clout, just like black men in general. And what they're going to do if they talk about it too much, you're going to start hearing single black men and single men without kids starting to try to separate themselves, like make it seem like there's something better, and that's not true. A lot of times, women would prefer a guy that has a kid already because he's already shown he has the ability to take care of someone outside of himself. And he's not selfish and thinking about himself. You know what I'm saying? So all the woman got to do is watch that kid and see how that kid has been raised, and she can kind of get a good hint as to what kind of man he is. Whereas if you don't have any kids, she has no idea whatever you're saying is a bunch of BS to get her draws. That's why I tell guys that are single with no kids, you don't need to be doing this where you're trying to, differentiate yourself from, men with kids, because you're not going to win. Like you're not going to win. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hearing women trying to make it sound like black women specifically, because I haven't seen any white women do it yet, but they'll pick up on it, where they're trying to make single fathers seem like they're like the single black woman who, has made all these single, not single, but these single mother raised kids that don't want to lose a fight, that tote that hammer on them all the time, that tote a weapon bigger than they are. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to be held accountable. They're still blaming it on the men that they laid with, but no one told them to throw their legs in the air or have their legs, have their toes curled, getting hit from behind while their wig is getting pulled, drooling and whatnot. No one made them lay with these guys. They're not held accountable. And now that guys are raising their kids, showing that they're raising their kids better than them, they're trying to, instead of being better women and, raising that whole single mother thing to something that's, respectable or decently respectable, they're attacking single fathers. Like that's going to make any difference? Just watch what I'm talking about. Like, look at these black women lately. Look. Who cares what you want? You're single for a reason. Women can listen to other women that are single, run their mouth, but men, we like to see that you're living an example of what you're talking about. If you want a specific type of man and you don't want a single father and you're allowed to be that picky, you have a man already. If you're not under the age of like 25, what are you doing being that picky? All we got to do is sit back and watch you age out. There's no, we ain't got to worry about it. We don't have eggs to dry up. Again, I got to get on here and vouch for the single fathers. This is not what you want. If you start noticing what's going on, there's a concerted effort, an organized effort from aggressive B-dubs to bash single fathers on these platforms like Pop the Balloon, which is just a new humiliation ritual type of show for black men, so you can never have self-esteem, to keep us arguing back and forth with the lowest quality and the lowest vibrational black females out there. They don't even represent any kind of woman that you would ever think about approaching or allowing to approach you. But they keep taking these Keishas putting them on shows with decent men, which is weird. Weird. Those women don't match the guys. The guys are always like decent, got their lives together, and the women look a mess. It's like they're streetwalkers. Of course, those two kind of people are not going to match. They got to have Tyrones in there. You can't have a bunch of guys that are working class dudes with a bunch of Keishas. No, it's going to be Tyrones. He got to have a grill. He got to be staying with his second baby mom right now, working on his mixtape. You know what I'm saying? You can't be having these dudes in there with professions and these females in there. You don't know how many you don't know how many babies she, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how many guys that she's been with, how many times that she's had some giga chad, digging in deep in her. She's drooling, you know what I'm saying, folded up. You know what I mean? Some of these women, I was listening to this one guy, he was saying they be having these little stones or whatever that come out of their vagina. There's a name for it. You know what I'm saying? And they be getting these different prescriptions for it. Don't tell you nothing. Don't tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brothers, we're out here at the end of times, and we're dealing with females that would rather argue with you and try to wear you down instead of getting on board. And I'm telling you, I don't think they realize it, but they move like slave masters. You're not allowed to have any self-esteem. You can't go overseas. You can't look and have a certain image. You can't be a single father. And the stats allow you to look a certain way. They've got to come up with their own narrative that goes against the stats and everything of logic, saying that all black single fathers, no, I don't want to date a black single father. Well, based off of what I know, or they always say goofy stuff like, I just know there's going to be drama with the baby mama. I just know. You just know nothing. There is no such thing as woman's intuition. If you had woman's intuition, you wouldn't end up with the same Pookie, Ray Rays, Day Days, and Lilies, making these babies with these fools, still hollering about my woman's intuition. What are you talking about? You steady making babies living off the government, talking about, yeah, I can read a dude and I just know a lane. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. The way that y'all get online and just off of emotion bash men, that you wish that a single father would be the ideal thing for one of you raggedy ass single mothers. But instead, you're upset because the stats are showing the facts that we handle business. And you know that you just, basically had that kid anyway just to get on some kind of government assistance or money from that dude or that dude's DNA. And we handle the responsibility of kids that we didn't even, make ourselves. And you're upset about it. So you're online bashing single fathers. You should be saying everything positive about any man that's willing to step up to the plate and be in their child's life as much as possible, right? So you're bashing, I can't date a single father. What are you talking about? When did y'all start? Again, this is what they do because, obviously most women that are messing up out there right now, single mothers, they're always feeling attacked. And so what they're doing right now is trying to make counter. This is why I keep telling y'all, it's always a counter punch. It's always counter content. They never originally come up with a single thought. It's, oh man, I'm tired of hearing about these single fathers doing good. And they always got something negative to say about the single mothers, which is facts, right? Let me just go ahead and start going on shows and saying I don't want to date single fathers, hoping that someone asks me why. So I can go into this tirade and this tangent babbling about how single fathers aren't good enough for me and all this stuff about the drama with them and them spending money on their kids. It's always something new. Pay it no mind. I'm telling you straight up. Pay it no mind. Is that this month? I'm making the video so I can make reference to this video when this campaign fails. Because it's going to fail. And when it fails, I want to be able to say, listen, I noticed it. I brought attention to it. Dudes squashed it out. And women, especially, black women, had to move on to some other kind of way to make us look bad. Listen, when you got to resort to, that kind of stuff, gaslighting on that kind of level, man, you're on your back leg, man. Let's call it a day. Call it a day. So listen, I'm going to tell you on behalf of single fathers, for all of you B-dubs out there and other women that don't want to deal with us, it's okay. We'll be all right. Okay. And let me tell you something else. We're not interested. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there for all of us. Hey, we're not interested. We're not interested. No, none of us are asking for you. And none of us are asking for your opinion. You got to go on a show where a woman's a host, where she'll give you the platform to bash us openly without being checked. But you don't see any of us out here asking for a single mother. You see you know what I'm saying, the contrary. So just stop it, man. Stop it. Who cares if you want to date a single father? Who cares if you want to date a single man? We don't give a shit. Why don't you? Hey, listen, man. You done lost your dudes. Yeah, you done lost this, okay? You done lost this. So you can try to compete, or you can continue to make yourselves look bad, but you're not making us look in any kind of way. It's no longer like a black community. You know, it's black men and black women. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make us look bad by getting that secondhand embarrassment. It's not possible. Y'all done made sure there's too much of a distinction between us. Okay, so y'all out here looking crazy, and black men, and it's looking like, I see why you had to leave, man. Y'all been dealing with this for how long? We've been dealing with this for a long time, man. But see, that's stoicism right there. See, stoicism was us getting out here and expressing how we feel through our voices online, finding a way, an innovative way to get a point across, not going back and forth with y'all, not getting physical with y'all. You have black women out here that want to get physical with you. They'll try to fight you. They'll definitely cut. Like, it's just too much, man. Right? So since y'all want to carry yourselves that way, we're not going to deal with that, nor we're going to carry ourselves that way. And now there's a clear distinction between the two. Don't blame us. Blame your mammy. You know what I'm saying? Blame your grandma. Whoever didn't teach you right how to be in your feminine energy. That's the problem. And we're not going to take y'all, man. Y'all seem, the way y'all talk, y'all seem like y'all be burping and farting and shit. I ain't going to deal with that, man. I ain't going to deal with that. You know, your voices are too raspy. Seem like y'all are smoking Newports and stuff. You know, drinking Hennessy. Listen, man. And all that drinking, it don't help you with your pH balances. I can guarantee you that. You're also eating all that red dye 40 with them hot Cheetos. See, listen, man, we're in a whole different thing right now. Gaslight us all you want to. Again, I'm going to speak for the single fathers, and more specifically, the single fathers that are black men. We're not interested. We don't care which one of y'all's don't want us. We don't care. We're not interested. We're good, and we got plenty of options. All right? All right. I'm not going to hold y'all. You guys smash that like button. Reg, I appreciate you showing up. You know, even you haters, smash that like button. Drop a comment, whether you agree or disagree. Makes me know never mind. You know what I mean? And I appreciate y'all joining me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 23 minutes right on time. You know what I'm saying? Hit your boy up, man. I'm about to jump on TikTok to work out. Love and light.